Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to share my interview experience with Oracle UK for Principal Engineer role. In this video, I will start with my career background, then how I applied for the job, and then I will take you through the interview process. I might not be able to give you the exact questions asked to me, but I will share the related or in the same few of the examples which can give you an idea that what kind of questions they generally ask. So let's start. The first part is about my career background. I was having more than 12 years of experience. I was already working as an engineering manager at London. When I applied for this position, I got to know that Oracle is sponsoring UK visa, which was very important for me. So for me, it was a good thing. But also, I was moving from engineering manager to principal engineer role. Also, talking about my skills, UI, basically front end. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, Redux, all these things. Now, second is how I applied. So I got a referral for this role. So through the referral, I applied. Now, talking about the rounds, the first thing is first round, I won't say first round, but the pre-technical round, the recruiter called me or HR called me. We had the discussion about why I'm changing, my salary expectations, and talking about how Oracle works. So the good thing about the UK, they discuss the salary before the interview start happening, so that if you feel the numbers are good, you can move ahead with the interviews. Otherwise, you will not be wasting company's time and vice versa. So which is a very good thing. So I was happy with the salary part. They were happy with my sponsoring my visa, and they were also, I knew about Oracle already through my referral, so I knew everything. Now the first technical round was straightforward machine round. It was an online round where the interviewer gave me two problems. These were the problem solving, and in the first problem, it was a medium problem. I stuck at one or two places, but interviewer was very nice. He gave me some hints and I was able to do it. Then he gave me second problem and I was able to do it, and both problem I was able to do it before the time. I used JavaScript to do that. It was not like that they were asking me to do the coding on a Word doc kind of editor. It was a editor, but it was not like you will get all the hintings and everything. But highlighting was there, so at least that part was good there. Then I got to know my first round is clear. Then I moved to the second round. Again, in the second round, it was a technical machine round. So the person who was taking my interview, he showed me a running piece of code. A UI was there, and he asked me the first question: can you please tell me that what are the issues in the UI? So the way I generally, and this is the question I have faced many times. So I always, in my mind, I have this framework that I divide the problems between functional and non-functional, because I'm a UI person. So the give you an example that what kind of application was that. Just think like that. This is just a grid. So if you look at the data grid, something like of that. So the functional problems were like the actions are not taking place properly. The UI issues were when I'm selecting, for example, a particular row, that row is not highlighting. The content of after doing any action was not correct. There were links which were not highlighted. So all these issues were there. So I explained him that functionally and non-functionally, these are the issues and why we need to fix the non-functional. So we had a small discussion on non-functional also, that why I feel that the links should be highlighted, why they should be underlined, why you think the content should be changed, all these things. So basically, it was a combination of UX, SEO, accessibility, and responsiveness discussion. And then he asked me to fix all the functional issues and whatever I have discussed. So he asked me to start solving the functional one. The code was in JavaScript, so I started fixing those. And then there were CSS issues also. So he asked me to fix those. In the both round, they asked me I'm free to use Google or anything, so which I didn't. But the good thing is, when I was doing the CSS fixes, I was using the Google developer tool, and I was doing the changes from there. and he was fine with that. So in the CSS, the questions were related to Flex. So the issues which I was fixing were related to Flex. So if someone doesn't know how to use CSS Flex, I will highly encourage you to go and read about that. So that was my only round. I was able to finish on time, and then I got the reply that my second round is also clear. Then I went into my third technical round. In that, I was given a React.js code, and in that the problem was something related to promises and API. So there were two different API calls were going through promises, and I have to fix that because those calls were not working. So I have just changed that to async await and take the output of one API to pass into the another, and then generate and update the UI. So this was the problem given to me. I was able to finish it on time, so there was some time left. So I got another problem to solve. So we had discussion over components, reusability, and all that. I still remember that there was one question asked to me which I was not able to answer. The question was that in React, that if you will not pass the keys, what will happen? So I explained that why we need keys, but the interviewer wanted to know a specific answer. And when I was not able to answer, the hint was that what kind of bug it will introduce. Now I know the answer, so I know that. But at that time, I was not aware of that part. So yeah. So React.js related to React.js promise, async await, Redux, state management, all these things got asked after my machine round is done. And then I got to know that round is also clear. Then another technical round, and same React.js related code. It was a highly technical machine round which I did. In between these 4 or 5 technical, there was one round. I don't remember what they name it, but it is like someone else from some other domain and team will interview me, and they will see that if I fit into the Oracle culture or not. But for me, this was the hardest one. The reason was because from engineering manager, I was going for principal engineer. When I used to give interview for EM, it is suggested that always use we, that we did this, we did that. But when you go for principal engineer, which is an individual contributor IC role, I have to say I. This was very hard for me to convince the interviewer that I am ready for principal engineer round, and I am a good cultural fit, because there's no right and wrong answer for this. These rounds just reflect your nature, your beliefs, and everything. So for me, to be honest, this was the hardest round, but luckily I got it. I cleared it. So everything is good. And at the last, I had my hiring manager round, which was all, the discussion was all around deployments, because I was going into the project where I was supposed to work on a deployment tool or something like that. What I remember is, but when I joined, it changed. So the lot of discussion was around deployment strategies, my past projects. That's it. And front end, anything like JavaScript, React.js, HTML, CSS, anything. And then finally, I got to know that I'm done. I cleared all the round. They are happy to give me the offer. The whole interview took, I think, a week. And after that, the process of visa started, which took the longest time, I would say, because there were a lot of UK holidays and a lot of things were going on. And I think it took a month to come. And once I have the visa in my hand, and then I joined at Oracle UK. So in short, if I have to summarize you, if you are planning to apply, you should be very good in your craft. I know you will say there is nothing new in this. This is what I expected. But trust me, they asked me problem solving, they asked me React.js, they asked me JavaScript, they asked me CSS. I also did a little bit of HTML also. And then I was having discussion on accessibility, deployment, and all. So it's a combination of your all skills. So if you are someone who is pretty good in JavaScript but not good in React.js or vice versa, it is gonna be hard. and there is a lot of hands-on coding. So all the machine rounds where I was doing the coding and the person was looking at me. So it's very important for you to be very, very comfortable with hands-on or basically pair programming. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you. Just let me know if you have any questions. One thing I want to highlight, overall I enjoyed the interview process. This was my first interview after EM for principal engineer role, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you so much. Take care.